Probably no expectations. I guess you joke around about how you're going to go and win an eagle, so you can have bragging rights over, obviously you want to beat your friends and stuff, but no, I haven't been bowling very much, so no expectations. Team squad went well. We bowled a practice session. We kind of have a game plan. Generally when you go down there, you kind of want to have a game plan for how you're going to break the lanes down. So we bowled the practice session. We decided we were going to throw urethane up the track, try to create some hold. So we did that, and we broke them down really well. And we bowled as a group a pretty good number. So yeah, I was throwing the ball pretty good. So I bowled the Bowler's Journal, because the Bowler's Journal has the same pattern down in the regular bowling center. So they always play a little bit differently, but you get an idea of, kind of how they're going to play. So I bowled that and did not bowl very well in it at all. A lot of people have thrown urethane. I tried to throw urethane, looked terrible. So I went a different route, threw a bigger ball. Bowled okay, didn't score very well. But I had an idea of what I wanted to do, so mainly just wanted to go bowl it so I could get some extra practice in, since I've been bowling a bunch. So. Game one was a little rough, not for Donnie. Donnie shot 230. I shot 160. Was throwing the ball okay, but the left lane for me had a weird spot down lane where my ball just wasn't hooking. So I was hitting the pocket and it looked good on the right lane. Left lane I was missing the head pin to the right. Struggled through that game, threw a couple bad shots, missed a couple spares. Finally figured out that the left lane was a little bit tighter for me, so decided I was going to move my feet a little bit left on that, or right on that lane, tighten things up a little bit. Did that in the 10th frame and it looked pretty good. So. Yeah, so after the first game of doubles, I made that move, bowled 230, and had a pretty good look then at that point. Then both lanes kind of evened out, and I knew the last game of doubles that it was looking pretty good. Shoot 277 that game. Everything was clicking, timing felt good and stuff, and at that point the lanes were almost identical. And I was in a pretty comfortable spot on the lanes for where I normally like to play anyways. So I knew I could bowl a good single set. I didn't think I could bowl 825 good, but yeah, I took an extra little bit to kind of regroup after the first shot. Because the first shot was really good, and I knew, you're basically one shot away at that point. So Dave was in my ear to make sure I took my time. So sat down for a minute, regrouped. But I wanted to go through my routine because, I was doing the same thing every single time. So after I sat down, I was like, okay, get up, get back into your regular routine, and just throw a shot. It wasn't the greatest shot. It was a pretty good shot. It was in a little bit, and I had left a ring 10 on that lane in game 2 of singles on a very similar shot. So off my hand, I knew it was close, but
you were thinking ring 10, weren't you?
I was thinking there's a good chance that could ring 10. Oh man, I mean it'll probably go in the living room. It's gonna come with me some places though, so it's probably gonna sit behind my pair at league. It'll probably be at some tournaments, probably some Swiss tournaments. Make sure everyone remembers. Saw a video of a guy using the Stanley Cup as a ball marker on the golf course, so I might have to use it on the golf course and snap a couple pictures of that, but might go to work with me. I work with Dan Jackson. He sits right next to me. He's got his Portland Masters eagle, but Might have to set the eagle up looking at him so that he just always remembers that I got that. But yeah, it'll go around with me. I'll show it off. You know, routine.
There's our homegrown national champion right there.
Thank you,
And I
champ.
haven't seen you since you haven't. Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you, champ.
Absolutely fantastic.
I grew up bowling around here. I bowled in Milwaukee Bowl for 25 years or so. Worked here. Corey's one of my best friends. So Dave's always been kind of that bowling mentor type figure. He talk a lot of bowling with him and stuff like that. Having him there to greet me was awesome. What was probably better was the fact that I was following him the entire day. So he was coming off the approach, and he kept on being in my ear about, go on, focus, throw a good shot, trying to make sure I stayed in that zone, not letting, any of the other stuff, distract you. So, but yeah, when you have one of the greatest bowlers of all time, being up there, to give you a hug and stuff right away, that was pretty special. I mean, he'd be super proud. He'd probably say, well, I knew you could do it, and because when you bowl for a long time, it's hard to win. It's really hard to win, especially around here. There's a lot of really good bowlers and stuff. So, he always had that belief, that I was really good and stuff. And sometimes, it's hard to believe in yourself, and sometimes you doubt yourself and stuff. But he taught me how to bowl. He was one of my biggest cheerleaders. He loved going around watching and always being there. So I mean, yeah, obviously he'd be super proud, but he'd probably also kind of expect it a little bit too. Yeah, I mean, obviously I mentioned my grandpa, my grandma, Marlis, great bowler, worked in the bowling industries. My mom, obviously great bowler too. My uncle, Mark Filippini, another one, still bowl league with Uncle Mark and my mom on Monday nights. My wife Chelsea, she got to come witness it. She doesn't get to come watch a lot of my bowling because she stays home and watches the kids and stuff, and so she got to be there for it. So the rest of my family, everyone's always supported me and took me around to bowling tournaments and wherever I needed to go or wanted to go. Everyone's always supported me there, and then just all of your friends that you bowl with. I got friends all over the place. Guys I've grown up bowling with here, guys up in the Seattle, Tacoma area. Just basically thank all of them. They razz you sometimes, and like I said, I don't do this as much as I used to. So it's good to get out there and remind people that I can still be pretty good at this.